Hey guys, Fox here. Today I just wanted to talk to you guys about collector's editions or limited editions or premium editions or ultimate editions or whatever the hell you want to call it or whatever the hell the publishers are wanting to call these nowadays. One thing that I've noticed now that collector's editions are pretty much a dime a dozen nowadays. Everybody wants to make a quick buck, and to be honest, at least probably about half of these collector's editions that are being released, I'm still finding a year later in stores, with stores trying to get rid of them for half the price. But anyway, I digress. I just wanted to show you a couple of my favorites, talk about them, how they, been coming about nowadays. Now, I don't have any of the real old ones, like you could almost consider Earthbound's original release with the strategy guide. I would still say that's kind of like a premium edition the way it was, because, it was in a super large box and it came with the strategy guide in it, which was pretty cool. But as far as some of the older ones I'd have to go with, let's start out with a wonderful company called Working Designs. I'm sure you guys all know about this. They didn't really label their games as a collector's edition. I might be wrong on that. But looking at Silver Star Story Complete or Eternal Blue, these were just very well made. You got this for what every other PlayStation game was costing, $50. You paid $50. Not only did you get the game, but you got the beautiful box. You got a hardbound, leather-bound art book, you got a cloth map, you got a CD soundtrack, you got all that crap for free. It was amazing, and to wish that a company like this still existed today. Some might say Xseed is the next one to be pretty much what Working Designs was, and I'll talk about them here in a couple minutes, but I'm not going to open this up. You guys know what's in here. You've probably seen it 1,000 times. But this is just one example of something that you got a lot of free stuff, and it's really appreciated. And you paid, and it's just for the same cost, $50, and you got all this. That was an excellent collector's edition. And then in PlayStation 2 era, you had, NIS America releasing some of their obscure JRPGs like Artonalinko. They didn't label it as a collector's edition, but it came with an art book and a soundtrack. All that for, I'm pretty sure it was still, $50. Actually, I think I bought this one for only $40 back in the day. These weren't very popular, but still, this was very well appreciated that you would get an art book in here along with a CD soundtrack. Something nowadays is they charge you an arm and a leg for shit that's probably not worth $150 for a collector's edition. But let's look at a new company that's been publishing a lot lately, and that's Xseed down there. This is just an example. This is the first release edition, which they do often, of Solotorobo. And you got all this for the same price as just a standard game. You got a CD soundtrack in here. Amazing. For free. And it came in, an additional box. So, you crack it open here. So, there you go. You got the soundtrack in there. Let's turn that around a little bit. Yeah, soundtrack in the game. So pretty much you got the CD soundtrack for free. There we go. So, Xseed is slowly becoming one of my favorite publishers. To be quite honest, they probably are one of my favorite publishers. Let's show you another one, for example. I already did an unboxing of this one, and that's The Last Story. I mean, you paid $50, and you got a freaking art book, a soundtrack. Well, you got the soundtrack for pre-ordering, let me make that straight, but you got a little art book and you got it in this really nice case. I mean, who would complain about that? Xseed, thank you. Free bucks. This is what I like to see in a collector's edition. Giving you free stuff You know, even though this is something that everybody would have got on the original print, but it's very appreciated. You know, here's something that Xseed was really shining, was when they were bringing over all these titles to the PSP. Example, Yi 7. This is their premium edition line, which I think is $5 to $10 more than if you just bought the standard game. But you got this foil cover box. Gorgeous artwork. Very well made. You know, instead of opening the box, I'll just zoom in here. I mean, they gave you a cloth map, a CD soundtrack, an art book. You got all that for an additional $5 to $10. I'm sorry, I don't remember. It's probably $10, but still. Very much worth it. It's not like it was $40, $50 more and you got this stuff. This is something that I really appreciated, that what Xseed was doing. And I think I'm only missing the Lunar Silver Star Harmony box edition for the PSP. And that's the only premium edition I'm missing from Xseed for their PSP games. I'll probably pick it up later. Now, I wanted to get to you guys about, this is PC games, and you did pay a hefty price for it, but you got everything. You got your money's worth from this company, and that's Blizzard. Yeah, I used to play World of Warcraft, whatever. I just wanted to show you that these are some of the best collector's editions out there, and these things sell like hotcakes. So they actually limited print these. They don't print hundreds of them, hundreds of thousands, I should say, like, you know, Gears of War, Halo Reach, stuff like that. I'll show you what's in here, since I haven't shown one of these on my channel yet. So you got a hardbound full-size art book. These things probably sell for $20-$30 alone if you were to buy something like this separate. I mean, it's hardbound, full. I mean, it's got a dust jacket on it and everything. See? And there's what's under the dust jacket, and that's all embossed, raised. Sorry guys, working with one hand here. I mean, you just got, and all it is, artwork, concept art, beautiful pictures of everything in here. A true art book. Gorgeous. So, not only did you get that, I gave you a very nice mouse pad, Deathwing on there. Gorgeous. Of course, I don't use it. I don't want to ruin it. You got the game. You got a behind the scenes DVD. I think the newer one, Mists of Pandaria, actually came with a Blu-ray, which is nice. You got, you know, all, of course, Blizzard will hand these, you know, let's get some more money from people. Hand these out, you know, guest passes up the wazoo. If you steal here, you want that? Go ahead. I don't care. You got the soundtrack in a case. You know, not just a sleeve, and of course, you know, World of Warcraft has some card game. I don't play this. Well, you got a deck of cards. I mean, all that, you pay $75, and you got all this stuff. Granted, it's expansion, so I believe expansions go for $40 on their own. So you're paying an extra $35. Maybe it was $80. $35 to $40, and you got a lot of stuff. And the big name thing here is the book. Would probably go for $20-$30 alone. Soundtrack $5-$10. I mean, you're getting your money's worth out of these. So, in a second here, and I'm going to show you guys another one. StarCraft 2. This is probably my favorite collector's edition out there. And just the way they put it together is amazing. How it separates. Just look at this. It's just really neat how they did that, like it was an opening steel door or something. Let me try to get some good lighting here. So it's gorgeous. You got the game DVD. You got behind the scenes DVD. You got a soundtrack. You got, this was really neat. This was like, let me fix my camera. This is like a dog tag here. Let me try to, dog tag from the game. As I try to break it. See, James Raynor. For those of you who play StarCraft, you know who he is. You push this up, boom. It's a USB flash drive, and this is made of metal. This is like aluminum or steel or something. It feels heavier than aluminum, so it's probably steel. And on this is StarCraft 1 and the expansion, all preloaded on here, and you can play it right off this drive. Talk about fan service, that's awesome. I love it. You got, of course, passes. You got a number 0 comic book for StarCraft, and of course, a hardbound full-size StarCraft 2 art book. Now this, you know, because it was a complete game, I believe this ran, I'm pretty sure it was $100. But all that crap you got, high quality stuff. They didn't chimp out on anything. They didn't have discs and paper sleeves or nothing like that. A very high quality hard box for $40 more. Amazing. Thank you, Blizzard. So lastly, I want to just talk about some of the new current stuff. A couple of my favorite current collector's editions, and first one I'll throw out here is Catherine. I'm sure you guys know what's in here. Atlas tends to, every once in a while, puts together a collector's edition, much appreciated, and they do a good job. I'm not sure how much this one is. I believe it was, I think it was only 70 or $80. Yeah, definitely 80 on the high side, I forgot. But you got some unique things in here. You got a pair of boxer shorts from the game. You got, you know, with the heart, red heart, white boxer shorts from him. And you got Catherine's t-shirt that she wore in the game with the hearts. It came in a pizza box. And you got, I think if you pre-ordered it, you got a mini art book with a CD soundtrack. Thanks, that was free. It was just well made, excellent, and it wasn't a super high price. Another one I'm going to talk about here is BioShock 2. Now, granted, they printed a lot of these, so these are still probably pretty easy to find, but I just want to show this because it was well put together. I mean, it's in a very hard, nice box. You know, nothing flimsy. Here's the unique thing that I really loved about it was you got the original BioShock 1 score on vinyl. Vinyl, you know, that's just crazy. You know, that's something you're not going to see, and it really rings true to what the game is. You know, back in the 1940s, 50s, they had vinyl records, so they put their soundtrack on a vinyl so it would sound authentic to the game. Amazing. I mean, you got posters from in the game are in here. Those are in-game posters that you will see on the wall. You got the art of BioShock 2. I mean, and then you got the BioShock 2 soundtrack on CD. And of course the game would be in there, but it's on my shelf. But yeah, this is just amazing because it holds true to the game. It doesn't give you a bunch of shit that you're like, well, why is this in here? What does this have to do with the game kind of thing, you know? So, collector's editions, special editions, limited editions, premium editions, whatever you want to call it. Guys, let me know what's your favorite. Let me know what company makes your favorite, whether it be Xseed, Atlas, Working Designs, whatever. You know, video response, comments. I want to hear from you guys. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.